everyone, this is IntuitiveEdge. Welcome to my channel once again. It's time to take a look at our week ahead. So let's take a look at the cards and see what we have. Now, what I've decided to do this week is a little different than normally, which is normal because I usually do things differently from week to week. So this time, I'm just going to pull cards over and give messages that I receive from the cards as to what is ahead for this week. I decided not to ask any specific questions. We're gonna go with the flow and where the cards take us. All right, so let's start this off. So we have the Hanged Man. In this deck, it's called Suspended Person. Interesting card. This is a card about self-sacrifice, giving something up to gain something better. So as I look at this card, it's really interesting artwork on here. So as you see this card, this reminds me a lot of where the United States is at the moment. As you see this person, he's hanging upside down, hands tied behind his back, and it looks like he's drowning. And that's how it feels. That's how I feel it is with the country right now. It feels like we're at that point where it feels like all hope is almost lost and we're drowning. And yet there's that kind of a lifeline around his ankle there, coming in to like pull him up and out of the situation he's in. And that could be the self-sacrifice meaning of the card as well. Sacrificing yourself for the better of your country, giving up something to save your country. There's a lot of people putting their lives on the line this week in many ways, not just the president and members around him, but people in the military and others that are putting their lives literally on the line for their country. And that's going to be playing out in a big way this week. This is a major arcana. Let's see what else we have for this week. Another major arcana coming out. This time we have the Empress. Now the Empress card is a card of nurture, care, binding up wounds and caring for others. I sense a loving energy with this card. It's almost like a healing energy is wanting to come in to kind of clean up some of the bad stuff that's infiltrated and taken over certain areas, and to kind of help restore that care and that nurture. Let me get the next card out here. We have the Eight of Cups. This is a card of unwanted change, of needing to move on from something that's a difficult, challenging thing to move through. It's having to go through something that is painful, difficult, or challenging. Okay. Now we have the Page of Wands next. And as you see from this card, he's looking off in the horizon, to the horizon, and there's the sun over there. Can be either setting or rising, but it's, to me, I'm taking it as a rising sun. It's like, well, it could be both. Look at it this way. We're either looking at the sunset or the sunrise of this nation right now. Many of you, my subscribers, know this, that we're at that point where it could go either way. Are we at the sunset of this country, or are we at a new beginning? Which is it? Sunrise or sunset? I think the events of the next few weeks is going to tell us which it is, and we'll know whether or not, what kind of future we have. Now, as an optimist myself, I tend to believe that we are going through this simply to move us into a better place, to get rid of the cronyism, the bad actors, the sellouts, the crooks, the criminals, and to draw us into a beautiful future, a bright and shining day once again. Perhaps this is the night that we've been going through, the night of darkness, and we're about to step into that sunrise and have a rebirth in our nation and to have things be reborn, just like a brand new morning. What do we have next? Let's see. Okay, we have the King of Swords. Now this king here, a very decisive king. Swords represent the air, communications. Of course, I'm just going to say I think this could represent President Trump as a king here, symbolically as a king. And this to me feels really good. It's like the king is sitting and he's in a strong position. He's got his sword there. And there's that little butterfly floating over his head on here. I don't know. Guess I'll show it to you again. Little butterfly there. I do think that President Trump is protected. Many have said as much. I do think that's true. I feel like this little butterfly here represents someone who will be coming and delivering messages out to the public, to the supporters mostly of the president, that we'll be getting little clues and little messages, little gifts of information that are going to be coming out. I don't think we're going to be completely left on our own, although it may feel like it, but there will be little pieces of information that's going to come out that we need at the right moment. But I also sense with this card, I'm looking at this color yellow. Now yellow is the color of the third chakra, the power source. The place in the chakra system that is the seat of personal power and strength. And it's almost like this apron around the king. He's surrounded with that color yellow, that personal strength, and also above him in those flowers there. To me, that's the bright yellow of that third chakra that is strengthening within the president. Let's see what else we have. Nice. All right, next card we have the Seven of Wands, the card of the overcomer. This is getting the upper hand. Going up against difficulties and insurmountable odds and getting the upper hand. So again, a really nice favorable card. I'm feeling like I'm guided to take 3 more cards. So the next one we have is the Ten of Wands. This is the card of taking on extra responsibility. So with that, getting the upper hand is going to be an extra responsibility. This feels as though moving into, like this person is carrying this bundle of wood, this bundle of sticks, and he's moving with a purpose towards something. He's taking it somewhere. It's a burden, but he's taking it somewhere. And it's like, kind of like that horizon that we got with this other card, this Page of Wands. See, these are all Wands cards. That page looking at the sunrise or the sunset, which is it? Which choice do we have? And then this 10, carrying a load but going in the same direction. Going somewhere to rebuild. I do feel like we will be rebuilt. We have another king coming through on that theme of rebuilding. We've got the King of Pentacles. This is a strong card of a leader who's very decisive, strong, good with money, wise. What I see with this card, I'll show it to you again, is this king sitting here. He's got this pentacle, which is can be represented as a coin, something of value. And as you see that vine in front of him is kind of parting open around the king, and he's presenting this coin, this pentacle coin. And I feel like some new avenue of finance in the financial realm is going to open up. This is coming, and it's probably related to Nasera. But that feels like it's coming. It's like it's opening up, and we're gonna see it. And it's gonna open up, and we're gonna be shown this new thing. It feels new. This is completely new. And it feels give me a minute. I don't usually get emotional, not in a teary kind of way, in my videos, but I just had the image in my mind of President Trump, just like this king here, coming to the American people and like dropping to one knee in a show of reverence. And it's not to us, it's to America as a country, as a gift, and gifting this new thing, this new financial thing, gifting it, like presenting it to a queen, that kind of feeling with it. Like you're presenting it as a gift, and it feels like a gift. That feels really nice. Okay, last card. Okay, we have the card of the triumphal entry, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is recognition, triumph, victory. These are all really good cards. I think this is just what we're going to be going through. Maybe a little bit of a dark time, but I think it will be over fairly soon. Having this card at the end of victory and triumph and recognition feels like there's something, though, with the way that this man is looking at those other three staves. He's looking at them while he's got the other three. He's holding on to one and has the others behind him. And I sat with this for a few minutes trying to discern. I'm just so drawn to him looking at those three. So I don't know if three people are going to be singled out. But it's almost like a divide coming too. But there's going to be victory over three. And I don't know what that three. The three represents something. I'm not sure what it is at this point. Maybe it'll come to me, but there's something about getting the upper hand, a victory over three, being victorious over three. Okay. All right. Okay. What's underneath? Let's take a look. All right. Okay, so we have the Death card. Now, death in tarot, as many of you already know, means radical transformation. A shift and a transformation that transforms you as like nothing else could. And we're undergoing that right now. America as we know it is changing. And there is a big shift underway, a radical transformation. And again, with this card, we have the sun in the background. Is it a sunset? Is it a sunrise? maybe that all depends on those of us here. What future do we want? Let's pray that we choose rightly and leave a country for our kids and grandkids, that they will be able to live in peace, and that the new monetary system coming in, that emotion was so beautiful to me. It just really caught me off guard, but it felt so nice. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Stay positive, everyone. This could be an interesting week. You know what? I kind of want to see. I might do some more cards. I don't know. I don't want to leave you yet, because I think there's more coming this week. So let me shuffle up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I laid out some more cards. I just wanted to get some specifics, a little bit more on what's coming up this week, because I think it's going to be kind of an interesting, pivotal week. So, first, what do we need to know most about this week? And I've got the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of things being secure. It's a card of security and holding on to what's yours. And I do sense a feeling of security. Things are under control. Things are secured. What will we see? Now, this is a card of a struggle. We've got that Seven of Wands. It is the card of the overcomer, but it doesn't mean that there's not a struggle. So I think this week we're going to see some struggle to get the upper hand this week. Now, President Trump this week, what's he going to be doing, or what's going to be around him? Energy for him is the Seven of Cups, and this is a card of overwhelm. A lot going on, a lot on your plate, a lot to do, and when I was looking at these different cups, I was just seeing all these different little icons in there, and to me it was like to me it represented, I saw something earlier, maybe it just reminded me of it, but a post that someone made that showed all of the social media sites and different things that had kicked President Trump off, and it was like all these different little, and this reminds me of that. I don't know why, so maybe that's just going to be an issue this week. Maybe there's going to be a few more places but that kicked the president off, but it feels like there's just kind of an onslaught of that energy toward President Trump. So Joe Biden this week, I have this card. Now, this is things happening quickly. It's a card of movement, stuff happening really fast. Now, when I was sitting looking at this card, I was kind of focused on those 8 rods that are pointed up that one tree, and it felt like something is like being directed right at you. So I think Joe Biden may have some energy just coming right at him this week, kind of singling him out, it feels like. What is the truth this week? We have the Fool card. The truth is, this is the major arcana. It's the only one in this little spread I did. And as you can see, this person here is blissfully unaware that he's about to walk over a cliff. It's a card of carefree new beginnings and kind of throwing caution to the wind and just going for something, just doing something. And it's also walking into something brand new. And so we're on the precipice, as you can see with this card, with this Fool. We're on the precipice, and it's going to be an interesting ride from here on out. I'm pretty sure of that. Will the media black out this week? Now, I left media open to, television media or social media or type of blackouts this week. We did get the Five of Swords on that. I kind of take that as a yes. It's a difficult card, but when you see those vines up in the air, and swords represent the air, which represents communication, all kinds of communication. And this is a card of like a battle going on, or having to, finish after a battle, or taking the spoils of war. And I do feel that that might be kind of a battle plan of some type. I do think there may be something to that. So it may not be universal, it may just be in certain areas. Well, we've already seen some blackouts across Europe. Will they be coming to the United States? That's possible. I do think there may be some type of disruption in communication, and we've been seeing that also already. So I don't think it's too far off the mark that trend might continue, at least in the next pretty near future. Now, the outcome for this week, I got this card. This is the Four of Cups, card of refusal. It can be depression, not wanting something. You see this cloud of these cups coming for this person, and the person's like, I'm not interested, And I was like, okay, what? So I thought I need to draw another card, because I felt like, can I get something to clarify how, what this is in terms of the outcome for the week? Who's doing the refusing, and what's this energy coming towards someone, and it kind of feels like this person's, backed up. There's that river, and they're backed up with nowhere to go. That's what it felt like. So I'm like, okay. So I drew one more card. I prayed about it. Can I get one more card to clarify what this is about? And wouldn't you know, I got this card. So the Eight of Swords, the card of imprisonment, being taken in. I mean, this person's tied up in, blindfolded. They've got the bars around them. So I think that's what that means. Someone's backed up into a corner, and so maybe there are going to finally be some arrests this week. So look to that. That may be possible, and perhaps this media blackout may want to kind of black some of that information out. Try to, but eventually it won't be successful if that's their plan. So I think that's all I've got for this. It's going to be an interesting week to see how these energies play out. But I do think we're going to see some pretty important stuff go down. I do think I was pretty encouraged, actually, with this reading. Even though things are really crazy right now and people don't really have a clear sense of where we're going, and there's a lot of fear and anxiety, I got a lot of kind of peace about it. I do think that there's some good things happening, and there's, I do think that the hand of God or the good guys or whatever are in control, and that this is going to all kind of come out soon as to where we're heading, and we're going to see some pretty, I think, miraculous things in the days ahead. All right, that's what I have for this. I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate you stopping by my channel and watching this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I am on other places as well. I am on Bitchute. I am on Brighteon. I am on Rumble. And I am working on finding my Gab account. I had signed up for Gab a long time ago, but I hadn't been using it, so I never really talked about it. But I am on Gab, so I think I'm going to resurrect my dead Gab account. So if everything else goes down and I'm not on Parler, if Parler goes down, then I'm going to resurrect the Gab. So just let you know I'm there too. I'm trying to keep track of where I'm at all over the world. Okay, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye for now.